right, welcome to the very last, the wrap-up of the social media tools and supporting your professional learning. This is week number 8, or the end of week 8. End of 8. And believe it or not, yes, we are outside, shooting outside, and it's fantastic that we're able to get outside in November in Alberta. Anyway, right behind us is a busy rural intersection. You might have noticed some pylons. We're at the crossroads, actually, of an major highway and a rural set of roads. Okay, Doug, so can you summarize why we're sitting at this crossroads here?
With all the stuff we've done in the last 8 weeks, we spent a whole lot of time tying social media tools and into transportation metaphors and analogies. But one thing we haven't done as much is really force it into your professional learning. Now, if we take a look here, everybody has their own needs for professional learning, just the way every one of these drivers are going wherever it is that they're going. So they all have to figure out which is the best way for them to go.
The transportation analogy really is around this concept of travel. We're all traveling down our own paths of learning, and in fact there's a lot of roads you could use. The internet is an information highway, and certainly that's why we sort of thought, the transportation analogy is a pretty good one, in that we've taken you to different places, the transportation, or different kinds of transportation. We've been in a boat, we've been at an airport, we've been on the side of roads. We've been talking about busy intersections, ones that are almost overwhelming and very difficult to travel, like Twitter.
We've had to deal with trains.
We've had to deal with trains. Anyway, the whole concept of this travel analogy is something we'd like you to keep thinking about as you take away or go away from this course. Because certainly the concept of these are tools, or just like other devices, these transportation vehicles, they're in a way that
simply vehicles. They're just
vehicles.
They're just tools to get you from point A to point B.
Yep.
If you ever got a chance to see the movie Castaway, the very last scene of that movie is Tom Hanks standing in the big crane shot with him saying, which direction do I want to head in now? And that's where you're at. You get to decide what direction you want to head in. What does your personal learning need involve? Does it need any of these tools? Does it need all of them? Is it like George Siemens a couple of weeks ago when he said he doesn't use all the tools, he focuses on the ones that work best for him?
For example, you've probably figured out by now, the tools that I'm interested in are around video. I love grabbing and sharing video, and that's a good way I have for connecting, I think, to learners in an online environment. Doug last week shared Flickr, his Flickr account.
Flickr stuff. I've been a member of Flickr for so long that, as you probably already know, they've already told me that I had to get a new password because my password was from the previous company that owned Flickr. I had a Flickr account from day one.
So, like we've tried blogs. Some people, we have an award-winning bloggist, I guess we'd call her.
Is it a bloggist or
blogger? Bloggist, a blogger. I don't know. What do you think? Anyway, we've had people that are really using blogging for education purposes as part of this course, and really the really nice thing about this whole course is that this has created a repository for other people to be able to travel through the same path that we've left behind, the trail. Just like if you would think about the airplane leaving a trail in the sky. Really, there's a path that somebody else could follow.
Now, the best part about this path that somebody else can follow is everybody has their own journey. Nathaniel can drive down the road and I can follow him 2 days later, but we're going to have completely different journeys, even though we're taking the same path.
And to follow that analogy, of course, we might even have different purposes of taking that specific road, or using that specific tool, as we've talked about, because the tools are really a vehicle for information, communication, and the such. So, we hope that you found some good opportunities to connect with some of these tools that you might not have before. We wish you all the luck. Please make sure you finish the survey so that your name goes in for the draw. We are congratulating in advance whoever it is that's going to win one of the two iPads. Yeah, and the iTouch. And certainly, if you have other students or other people that you come across that are in the landing, or you might point them out to say, hey, why don't you go through some of the conversations? I think actually Doug and I were talking about the conversations that you've had are really the fantastic part of this course.
Oh, absolutely. I've sat in the background a whole lot because I thought we should have one voice coming through, because Nathaniel and I do have slightly different views on things. Most of the things we get along with great, but I wanted to sit back and be more an observer, more of a lurker, because that's more my style. That's why I am the blogger that has one follower, doesn't even want her.
Doesn't want her? Somebody's following you and they don't want them?
No.
You want lots of them, trust me. The more
Yeah.
people that follow you, obviously the more.
There's the difference.
There it is.
You want as many as possible, and I'm okay with the way things are. Now,
Anyway,
can you believe we made 8 weeks of transportation concepts and tying things in, and it was only in this video that we finally said the words information highway.
Information highway and technology as a vehicle. That's really, I guess, our message. Information highway, technology is a vehicle, and it's a vehicle for your communication, and different kinds of tools will meet your purposes in a different way. Thank you very much for bearing with us, and
Thank you.
yeah, thanks for the opportunity. If we ever get a chance to meet in person, please come up and say hi. Feel free to Twitter us or tweet towards us at any kind of point in time, or have other concepts on or suggestions how we might make this kind of course better for the next bunch of people. And see you around.
Have a good one.